Everybody, my name is DJ, and joining you here today for another soccer cast. But this one going to be a little different. We have no Premier League this weekend. I do have the FA Cup, but we also have other professional leagues in Europe, and we're going to be going to one. So it's Bundesliga here today. A big matchup between RB Leipzig and Borussia Dortmund, two teams near the top of the Bundesliga table at the moment. Take a look. Dortmund sitting in 5th today, just behind Union Berlin on goal differential. Union Berlin has played a game more than Dortmund, playing earlier today, leaping over the black and yellow there. And you can see Leipzig sitting up in 2nd place here, but can leap to the top of the table over Bayern Munich after their shocking defeat yesterday to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Bayern had taken a 2-0 lead in that one inside the first half and gave it up. Mönchengladbach scoring 3 unanswered to win that one 3-2. So a big opportunity here for Leipzig to go top. Good opportunity for Dortmund to climb further into the top 4, cement their place in those Champions League positions and continue their chase for a title. Of course, sitting on 25 points at the moment, 8 behind Bayern Munich. 31 here for Leipzig. So a win for Dortmund could take them to 28, just 5 points off the top of the table. 1 second here. Just got to pull one thing up. Let's go through the lineups here today for these two German juggernauts. We've got RB Leipzig first, Peter Golaski in goal, Willi Orban, Dio Upamecano, Marcel Halstenberg going to make up a back 3 here today with Angelino, Tyler Adams, the outside wingbacks. Midfield duo of Marcel Sabitzer and Amadou Haidara with a front 3 of Daniel Olmo, Emil Forsberg, and Yusuf Paulsen. Is a strong lineup selected here by Julian Nagelsmann. Of course, we have called Leipzig games before in the Champions League, notable ones against Manchester United, of course, one in which they knocked my team out of the Champions League. So not necessarily unfamiliar with all these players. And for Dortmund, we also called them once in the Champions League, but Erling Haaland was not available, so we will get to see the full lineup here today. For Borussia Dortmund, it's Roman Bürki in goal, Thomas Meunier, Manuel Akanji, Mats Hummels, Rafael Guerrero making up the back 4. Thomas Delaney and Axel Witsel will make up the double pivot at the base of midfield. Marco Reus taking up the attacking midfield position, although he and Giovanni Reina, of course, will be very flexible in who's playing in the 10 role and out on the left. Jadon Sancho taking up his usual position on the right, and Erling Haaland will lead the line here today for Dortmund. A big match in the Bundesliga, 15th match of the season for these two sides. Once again, a huge opportunity in particular for Leipzig to go top after that loss yesterday from the normal, the juggernauts of the entire league, Bayern Munich. But a big day for these two sides. And Edin Terzic, one of the few games he's had in charge of Dortmund after the firing of their previous manager just about a month ago. We'll see how his tactics work out for him today. So look back at the schedules for these two teams. Leipzig coming off a 3-0 win in the DFB Pokal. Then a 0-0 draw with Köln the weekend before, and a 1-0 win over Hoffenheim. Also had a 1-0 win over Stuttgart. So not a whole lot of goals in their last 4 matches. Their last 3 matches in the league, but have gotten 2 wins out of those, and will be set up for another tough one here against Dortmund. If we look at Dortmund's previous schedule, pull it up here. A couple wins for them. One against Wolfsburg, one against Werder Bremen. Those 2 wins sandwiched by a tough defeat there to Union Berlin, who, as mentioned, did jump over them with their results earlier in the day. That one a 2-2 draw against Wolfsburg, one in which Wolfsburg actually had a red card for Maximilian Arnold in the 50th minute, but Berlin was unable to take advantage of that, actually giving up a goal in the 65th minute following that red card. But nevertheless, Union Berlin is not involved in today's game. The players are getting ready here. Dortmund, of course, wearing the yellow kits here with they're not exactly zebra stripes, but they're yellow and black per usual. RB Leipzig will be in their white home kits here today. And I'm excited to see how these two teams do play against each other. This is a very good matchup, and we have another good one tomorrow in Serie A. Juventus versus Sassuolo, actually, the 4th and 5th spots in the Serie A at the moment. So excited for these couple games that are happening this weekend, and this should be a thrilling affair. Both these teams can play very quickly. Expect probably a little bit more structure and maybe defensive solidity from Leipzig, but Nagelsmann, an excellent manager, certainly knows how to set his side up against teams like Dortmund that will try to be dynamic in attack, break quickly when they do have the chance to. A bit of a delay here for the Dortmund players. Might be waiting for the Leipzig players to walk out first as they are in the tunnel. Rest of the Dortmund players already out on the bench at the moment. So no more Lucien Favre, who was the manager the last time we called Dortmund. He was fired shortly after a couple of their Champions League victories. Now is the era of Edin Terzic. Yeah, Favre sacked on December 13th, so very close to exactly 1 month since his departure from the club, as we can see some of the Leipzig players getting ready here today. Will be interesting to see how the formations go against each other here. It's a back three for Julian Nagelsmann up against what I'm sure he was expecting to be a solitary striker, although Jadon Sancho does often play pretty high up the field, doesn't have as much defensive responsibility as Royce or Gio Reyna would. So may just be fine, but typically that back three against a singular striker is seen as a bit overkill. And 1 second here. Yeah, it's out there. I gotta grab one thing. Okay. But yeah, three backs usually considered a little overkill against a solitary striker, but we'll see how that does affect everything. They do have those two outside wing backs that will push high and try to bother Rafael Guerreiro and Thomas Meunier here today. Whee. Interested to see how Daniel Olmo, Emil Forsberg, and Paulsen line up. I'm not sure if it'll be a front three, like a 3-4-3, set up as a 3-4-2-1 on FOTMob, but Nagelsmann is usually pretty crafty about how he sets up his strikers. Paulsen does typically play as a hold-up striker. We'll see if he continues to do so today, but the match just about to get started here, and I'm hoping that the scoreboard, since I don't usually do the Bundesliga, is not as low in the corner as the FA Cup match yesterday was. So Paulsen will get us started. It is Leipzig moving right to left in those white jerseys. Dortmund left to right in yellow. And, oh no, it's not bad at all. I do need to move that score down, though. Yeah, get out of here. Here we go. Nice. So we are underway here. In Leipzig. It's Tyler Adams with the throw in here on the far side. He's looking up the line towards Paulsen. One poked away. It's Dortmund coming away with it, but looks like that one just managed to roll out of play past Gio Reyna. So should be another throw in here. The two Americans standing right next to each other. Adams and Reyna here as Dortmund wins possession back briefly, but Paulsen nips in front of Guerreiro and will shift it over. Angelino already making a run here, but instead looks for Paulsen. That pass deflected. Now bouncing around the air. Here's Sabitzer trying to head it down. It's Witsel collecting the second ball. And Sancho's pass not accurate. It's taken away there by Forsberg. Here's Upamecano. Halstenberg. Upamecano again. A little bit of pressure here from Haaland, and his pass just going to escape the reach of Paulsen. Now looking over the top, here's Dortmund, but Upamecano able to recover quickly. Nod that one down for Halstenberg, and Leipzig have it again. It's Haidara. Good pass by Haidara out to Angelino. I'll lay this one back to Halstenberg. Some early possession here for Leipzig. Moved up the far side now. Olmo trying to play this one back into Adams. It stays in. Looks like it's just gone out for a throw-in. Adams looking into Forsberg. Does well to hold off Guerrero here. Tries to get a cross away. Hummels blocks it and is able to hoof that one out for a throw-in instead of a corner. Good defending there by the veteran German. Adams looking into Haidara. Gets a bit of a shove there from Witsel, who gets away with it. Sabitzer picks it up. Haidara. A pass intercepted, and another poor touch here by Sancho. He does well to get a tackle back in there. Helps Dortmund win it back, but bit of a shaky start here for Jadon Sancho. Angelino. Launch forward here by Upamecano, looking for the run of Haidara. This one well watched by Akanji. He'll just lay it back to Berkey, who goes long. Got some pressure there from Paulsen. Haaland wins the initial header. It's flicked over towards Giovanni Reyna, who's battling with his compatriot Tyler Adams, and Gio Reyna comes out on top. Now coming forward is Guerrero, riding the challenge there of Daniel Olmo. But Dortmund losing out here. Olmo coming away with it. Good tracking by Delaney. Pokes it off of Olmo, and then use of Paulsen can't control it. Now it's out to the far right side from Meunier. Akanji forced back here by Forsberg. Berkey. Playing short here at Dortmund. A lot of white shirts up the pitch here. Forsberg trying to pressure. Has Haidara helping out in midfield. This ball comes up the near touchline. Upamecano battles with Royce. Does manage to keep it in there. Does die Upamecano. Sends it all the way back to Galassi. Witsel wins the header off the clearance. The second ball looks like it will be settled by Leipzig, but Paulsen all alone at the moment. He'll be crowded out by Witsel, and Dortmund take it away. Guerrero. Delaney. Witsel. Ooh, loose touch by Witsel. That one taken away by Forsberg. Leipzig trying to come the other way. Good combination. Olmo has to hold up play, though, as Reyna had tracked him. This one shifted out to Halstenberg. Steadies himself. Looks for a looped cross to the back post, but gets a little bit too much loft on that one, and it sails out for a goal kick. There is the new manager, Erzic. Hummels. Guerrero lobbing this one forward towards Haaland. That one won by Orban. Now Orban battling with Haaland, and Orban does well to flick it away from Haaland, who ends up fouling Tyler Adams. Leipzig moving it up the near touchline here. Angelino doing well to keep that one in play, and it's bounced off of Meunier and stayed in play. Bounces off of Meunier again, and it'll go out for the first corner of the game, and Meunier taking that one off of the family jewels there. A little bit of pain. You can see Angelino giving a little concerned look at, oh no, it's actually the boot of Angelino kind of hits the side of Meunier's face as Meunier slides in for that one. Angelino was checking to see if Meunier was okay, but it looks like no issues or cuts whatsoever for the Belgian. Short corner taken here. Angelino lays it off for Forsberg. He looks back for the run of Angelino. It's good defending by Sancho blocking that one away. And now Sabitzer's ball in behind. Will pick out Angelino. Here's the ball across. Still with Olmo. Halstenberg can't get a shot away. And now there's actually some room on the break here for Jadon Sancho. Sabitzer tracking him, and Sabitzer will knock it off of Jadon Sancho. Ball thrown in here. Royce plays it back to Meunier. Now Meunier lobs one forward, but a little punched effort over the top. Well too far for Holland to run down. It's easily collected by Galassi. Leipzig have started the match pretty well here. Have had majority of the possession and have handled any attacks or counter opportunities that Dortmund have had pretty well as Marco Reus just bundles over Marcel Sabitzer there. Easy foul call for the referee. Yeah, just basically hurls Sabitzer to the ground there, does Reus, realizing he's not going to be able to win that bouncing ball. It's Halstenberg. Rolls one over to Orban. Adams. Orban. Halstenberg. And Angelino. Forsberg looking in behind there for the run of Haidara, but not on the same page was Amadou Haidara. Never made the run. Rolls all the way to Roman Berkey, who rolls it out short to Akanji. Under some pressure here is Akanji, and he's forced into a poor clearance there. Good pressure by Forsberg, with the help, I believe, of Angelino. Halstenberg looking for Forsberg there, but well defended by Meunier. He'll get a clearance in towards Holland. That one just goes over Holland's head. It bounces off Upamecano and arrives at the feet of Tyler Adams. Upamecano. Haidara. Angelino. That cross blocked away by Witsel. Excuse me for the... Halstenberg. Angelino. Gonna cross this one deep. It's over the top of Paulson. Adams puts a little bit of pressure on Guerrero, who heads it out for another Leipzig throw here. Upamecano. Out to Angelino. Looks in for Forsberg. Lays it off for Sabitzer. Good combination here from Leipzig until it breaks down there, but Forsberg wins possession back. Good sliding challenge by Hummels interrupts that attempt. Kanji and Guerrero manage a half clearance that's picked up by Reyna. Reyna turns away from Paulson, gets a bit of a body check from Adams, but can't shove him off the ball. He gets it over to Meunier. Akanji. Again, good pressure here by Forsberg. Been very lively in the opening minutes, has Forsberg. Well, that's a poor pass there from Hummels, easily intercepted by Haidara. And now Leipzig can apply some pressure once again. Haidara out to Olmo. Forsberg. Olmo. Halstenberg. Angelino. Gulaschi. This one rolled into the feet of Paulson. Gets a pretty tough body check there from Hummels, who is called for the foul here. Can hear some players arguing with themselves about positioning at the moment if you're listening on the live broadcast. One of the fascinating things about having no fans in the arenas is, whoa, what's happened here? A crossfield ball looking for Angelino, but that quick restart probably takes Angelino by surprise as well. It rolls out for a goal kick here. As we were talking about, you can hear what the players and the coaches are saying to each other, the referees, the audio becomes a lot different, and I personally find it pretty enjoyable, actually, to hear what these players are saying or doing. It reminds me of when I was playing, and some of the stuff that happens just is not all that different. So very fun to hear sometimes, I would say, but certainly do miss the energy provided by fans in the arena. Leipzig have lost out here. Great challenge by Hummels, who's now coming forward. He looks over the top here for Haaland. He's going to run this one down, but he is offsides. Yeah, and you can see he is just offsides, and Haaland frustrated with Mats Hummels there. You can see him turn around, and he's telling him, you need to play that ball early. Haaland had made his run from within his own half, so of course it was onsides until he crossed the halfway line. Orban. Ooh, tough pass from Orban looking into the feet of Olmo there, but a bit of a fortunate bounce for Leipzig allows Sabitzer to pick it up, and now he's fouled by Royce. Royce has lined up in that 10 role. We were talking about how he and Gio Reyna could be flexible in that number 10 position there. Attacking midfield just withdrawn from Erling Haaland, but has been Royce to start the game here. Reyna has taken up a position on the left. Haidara gets challenged here by Akanji. The bounce is favorable for Haidara. Angelino crossing in deep. Up comes Berkey. He'll get a good punch away. And it's Reyna collecting it here. Looking for options as he cuts inside. Gets bundled over there by Tyler Adams. Wants to take it quickly here, but he's interrupted by Haidara, who gets a bit of a warning from the referee. See, Adams actually checking himself after bumping into his international teammate. Kanji. Meunier. Sancho into Witsel, who's tripped over here by Angelino, but no call from the referee. Upamecano's come away with it. Paulson battles with Akanji and loses out. Dortmund coming again here. A little bit of a better spell for Dortmund now as Guerrero hustles forward. Sancho gets around Sabitzer there. Very neat dribbling. Tries to lay it out to Guerrero. That pass intercepted by Olmo. Olmo bundled over here by Hummels, who may be getting close to a yellow card here. Sorry, it's actually Delaney. Never mind then. Hummels will escape my ire or criticism. Holstenberg. Upamecano lays one out to Daniel Olmo. Adams. Orban. Good pressure here by Dortmund. Will chase it all the way back to Gulashi. He'll look long towards the near touchline this time. Up goes the head of Meunier. Wins it easily, but can't control the header perfectly, and it rolls out for a Leipzig throw. Holstenberg. Oh, and that's a bit of a misplaced pass there from Angelino. Just plays it straight out of bounds as he's trying to knock it back to Holstenberg. Sancho, another inaccurate pass for him. This Paulson Stops play here. Sure, he's going to get a free kick decision from the referee. Does not get it. Oh, and wow. Olmo almost reads this pass from Mats Hummels. It's Guerrero coming forward. He's challenged well by Olmo. No foul from the referee, who's been very happy to keep the whistle in his pocket at the start of this match. I don't think he will this time. He will this time, as Meunier is checked off this ball by Halstenberg. And now Olmo gets a bit of a clip in here from Akanji. That's a poor pass from Angelino, taken away. Bit of chaotic moments here in this match. Neither team settling possession. Finally, an open pass for Jadon Sancho, but he cannot get around Willy Orban, who's able to ship this one back to Sabitzer. Upamecano, Halstenberg. Sabitzer. Halstenberg. Intended for Forsberg. That one eventually knocked off of Forsberg for a Dortmund throw. Meunier here. King in field. Finds Reina, who heads it down well. And Dortmund able to keep possession as play switched over to Rafael Guerrero here. Keep an eye on the actually the referee, I would say, in this one. He has been very happy to keep his whistle by his side here, not bringing it out for multiple occasions that I think could have easily been called fouls, as Akanji's pass is very poor from Meunier there. That can be a good or bad thing, as it can be good for the flow of play, but can lead to some chippier matches if you do leave that whistle in your pocket for too long. So keep an eye, just to my eyes, and I think to some of the players' reactions, have been very surprised by what the referee has allowed to go on so far in this match. Adams. Good step forward here for Hummels. Almost wins possession back for Dortmund. Sabitzer has bundled over here. Play allowed to continue as advantage is given. Meunier knocks this one off of Angelino, and a little unfortunate there for Angelino, as that one just skimmed off the top of Meunier's head and then bounced off of his own. Went out for a corner. Now here's Berkey. Slips this one out to Guerrero. Delaney going to look for a clipped ball over the top on his first touch. That one not going to connect with Holland. It's a bit wasteful, I would say. Upamecano laying one out to the far side for Olmo. He nods it down towards Paulsen, who loses out to Hummels and then trips Rafael Guerrero. Be a free kick to Dortmund. Akanji sending this one back to Berkey. Hummels. Akanji. And that pass from Meunier is taken away by Leipzig. Coming the other way now. Orban lays it out for Adams. He's forced to cut back as Gio Reyna retreats. And now Willy Orban has been forced back. Gulashi. Lifted forward here by Orban. Yusuf Paulsen's touch not quite good enough, but he does win it back. And now Haidar has found himself in some space. He'll move it out to Angelino. Overlap here from Halstenberg. Comes back to Haidara. He'll clip one towards the back post that was intended for Paulsen, but not exactly what Paulson was looking for. He made a run towards the goal mouth there, and Haidara played the ball behind him. Berkey. Akanji. And wow, that is poor from Meunier as he gets pressured by Angelino and Forsberg. And under the pressure, crumbles a little bit, just slinging that one straight out for a throw-in. Halstenberg looking for Paulson, easily bodied away there by Mats Hummels. Wow, that is a tight pass there, and from Akanji for Sancho, who does pretty well with it. And Sabitzer gets the last touch on this one. It'll be a Dortmund throw. Witzel chests this one down. Meunier comes away with it. He'll try a crossfield ball intended for Reyna. This one bouncing a little too close to Golashi, though. Allows him to come out and put a boot through that one. Forsberg does well, gets away from two Dortmund players. One Dortmund player still down behind the play, and now Angelino with some space on the left gets his cross away. It's knocked out by Guerrero, only as far as Sabitzer. Adams. Olmo turning inside the Dortmund box. Good challenge there by Hummels. Knocks that one away from Daniel Olmo. Now Willy Orban's headed out, so throw in here to Dortmund on the far side. See, Delaney just does not get up as high as Olmo does on that headed challenge. Delaney comes out second best, holding his left ear. It might have hit the shoulder there of Olmo. Delaney. Reyna, his header deflected. Paulson. Olmo. Haidara. Angelino, outside of the foot cross here. That one headed away. Still bouncing around the box, though. Finally, Meunier will get a chance to clear it all the way to half. Erling Haaland has not had a touch on the ball for quite some time. Dortmund just have not been in control of this match. It's been Leipzig with most of the ball here. Upamecano switches play. He slips and forces Angelino back a little bit. Halstenberg now going to reset the attack as he sends it back to Golashi. Upamecano. Haidara. Good pass by Orban to connect with Haidara. Sabitzer slings it out to Angelino. Sancho not tracking back really well enough there. Up goes Paulson. He gets a header on it, but that one loops straight into the air. It's an easy catch for Robin Berkey. You can see some room appearing on this left-hand side for RB Leipzig. We talked about how Jadon Sancho, the right winger here for Dortmund, typically a little bit less defensively responsible than the left-hand side. And I think that's shown in the last 2 minutes here as Angelino has found himself in a lot of space a couple of occasions after being picked out by one of the Leipzig midfielders. I think Nagelsmann will be relatively happy with how the match has progressed so far. His team looks the sharper of the two at the moment. Guerrero, knotted down by Haaland. But Leipzig have taken this one away, and it's good work again now down the left. This time Sancho is tracking up against Halstenberg. Still arrives at Angelino's feet, but a little less time and space this time. Almost picks out Halstenberg, who'd continued his run. Finally crowded out here are Leipzig. Sancho, another inaccurate pass from Jadon Sancho. And Leipzig have come away with it again. Forsberg. Oh, he gets a ball in behind here for Adams. Adams looks across the face of goal. It's blocked away by Akanji, and Hummels' panicked clearance there goes straight behind for a corner. Dortmund are certainly under pressure at the moment. Leipzig looking good here. Look at the ball from Forsberg. He picks out Tyler Adams, who doesn't really have enough options there. You can see really only 2 Leipzig shirts in the box. Hummels and Akanji do a good job of reading that Adams really has no angle to shoot, has to pass the ball. Adams attempts to go across the 6-yard box towards Angelino. Akanji's there to block it away. And Hummels under pressure just hoofs it behind for this corner, swung in by Angelino. That one nodded away by Hummels, and the clearance scuffed a bit by Delaney. Finally headed away by Witsel, and maybe a little bit of room here for Dortmund as Royce slings one out to the left-hand side. It's Sancho. Sancho cutting back, finally slowed down here by Upamecano. Counter-attacking opportunity has gone here. And that's a poor pass there from Delaney, or sorry, Hummel. Yeah, that is Delaney, excuse me. Trying to look in behind for Sancho, never made the run. Here's Orban. Here comes some press from Dortmund as Leipzig playing with it in their own end here. Orban's clearance is not that good. It's taken away by Dortmund. And now Hummels has continued his run. Gets there first, but can't get a cross away. Goes out for another goal kick. Got this tuft of hair right in front of my head. It's really bugging me on the camera. Stay. No. It's a poor giveaway here from Leipzig, and Delaney now struggles to... Whoa, boy. Oh, no. What happened here to Axel Witsel? Oh, I don't like the look of this. I think Witsel may have an Achilles injury here. This looks really bad. He gets ready to sprint towards this loose ball here, and he just goes over. Yeah, this is really bad. I think he's popped his Achilles, guys. You can see he's in a lot of pain at the moment. It was the back of his right foot that he was holding for a brief moment. Got some blood on his knee as well. That one much more of a... just a scrape from the grass, but this looks very, very bad, I would say, for Axel Witsel as Emre Can getting ready to come on in place of him. Non-contact injuries like this one, where the player just goes down under no pressure, are always the scariest because you just know there's no other option. No, he can't put weight on it. Yep, it's done. And Witsel is being helped off here. He can't put weight on his left foot, sorry, not his right. And that is almost certainly a torn or popped Achilles. That is really unfortunate and very, very rough for Axel Witsel, particularly with the European Championships that were delayed, supposedly coming up this summer. An injury of that nature will almost certainly rule him out for Belgium. So a change will be forced here. Emre Can will come on for Axel Witsel. And we can only wish Axel Witsel the best here. But, yeah, it does not look promising for the Belgian here. Adams. This one comes all the way back to Gulashi. Halstenberg. Halstenberg launches this one forward. So knotted down by Akanji, and Dortmund have taken possession back. Now through Hummels. They'll play a forward pass for Sancho, whose touch is poor once again. Delaney, bit of a loose touch. That one bounces around a couple of feet before arriving at Hummels, who plays a pretty good pass into the path of Royce. Now coming forward is Reina. Reyna laying it out for Meunier. Meunier crossing, that easily read by Upamecano, who intercepts and now is driving forward himself. Upamecano continuing the run. He wants it back. The intended pass is deflected, and now Upamecano is guilty of bundling over Delaney. And, looking for a quick free kick here are Dortmund, but the referee going to bring this one back. Here's Meunier. Over to Hummels. Guerrero. Bit of a loose pass from Guerrero, and Forsberg holds off Delaney. Well, here gets a foul call. It'll probably be a yellow card for Delaney, who's rugby tackled Forsberg down to the ground here. So here's Leipzig again. Halstenberg cutting this one back. Upamecano. Halstenberg. Halstenberg will lay one all the way back to Gulaschi. Olmo. Under pressure here from Guerrero. It comes off of Olmo last. Good defending there by Rafael Guerrero. This one bouncing around for another Dortmund throw. This one bounces around and will go out for a Leipzig throw. Neither team able to really play it out of this part of the pitch at the moment. 34th minute of this one. Lobbed forward towards Paulson. Was Olmo losing out? Still bouncing around here. Haidara goes over the top of Sancho, who's claimed to get a knee in the back there as he goes to ground. Kanji. Berkey. Akanji. Meunier going for a bit of a cheeky back heel there, trying to get it to Gio Reyna, but blocked away. It'll be another Dortmund throw. Chan. Meunier launching this one forward. His Sabitzer coming over. He knocks it off of Reyna for a Leipzig throw. Halstenberg. Look in behind here. That one swung into the box by Paulson. Easy header away by Hummels. Still not settled. Finally, Olmo brings it down. Looks for a back heel for Forsberg. Doesn't connect. Sancho comes away with it. Sancho, good pass into the path of Royce. Looking in behind here for Holland. Gulaschi coming out. He'll get there first and clear it away. Oh, good touch by Olmo here. Actually, he's able to bring that one down from Gulaschi, who I don't think was aiming at him. He does lose out to the double team of Guerrero and Delaney. Now Guerrero lays this one back, and Dortmund can start their attack once again as it's rolled out to Meunier. Meunier looking for a ball into the channel. Halstenberg sliding to knock that one away from Gio Reyna, who was running in behind. Royce. Meunier has that one poked off him by Angelino. can hear a little clackety-clack of the metal cleats on the bricks here behind the stanchions. Kanji. Hummels. Sancho attempts a pass there that ends up working out as it comes right back to him. Still coming is Chan. Good footwork there to move it out to Guerrero. He'll get a cross into the box, nodded away by Upamecano. One can't be kept in by Adams. It'll be a throw-in on the far side for Dortmund. Throw-in comes here. Delaney. Lobbed over the top here by Delaney to nobody in particular. It's going to roll out for a goal kick. Here's Orban slinging this one forward towards Haidara. Can't control that one under pressure from Akanji. It goes all the way back to Berkey. Akanji. Meunier. Kanji. Reina. Reina's pass intercepted by Upamecano. Delaney trying to challenge but can't quite get there. It's been bounced around nicely. Olmo comes away with it. He looks for a long strike there. It's blocked by Chan, and good composure here from Guerrero to head this one back into the waiting hands of Berkey. Now Chan has it. He's turned. Has a lot of support on the left. He'll pick out Guerrero. Holland makes a run. Will not get it. It'll come out to Sancho instead. Sancho back to Guerrero. Inside the box here. His cross is blocked away, and Sabitzer has it now. Savitzer's pass for Forsberg is too hot to handle. It rolls out for a Dortmund throw. A little bit choppy here in the last 15 minutes. Neither team really stringing a lot of good passes together. I can't really say it's been end-to-end either because there really haven't been any chances created. Akanji looking backwards for Berkey. Berkey. Good header there by Halstenberg rising over the top of Reina. And here's a good passing pattern, but Hummels comes in to break that one up. Now Akanji's put ahead through this one. Haidara settles it down to Angelino. Miscontrol here by Halstenberg gives it away. Reina's pass once again intercepted by Upamecano, who wins a series of challenges there against Gio Reyna. Now comes forward himself. Gives that one away. It's Royce. Delaney. Take a look around the Bundesliga today. Wolfsburg tying Union Berlin earlier after going down a man in the 50th minute. They gave away a goal 2 minutes after that, but equalized it with a 65th minute penalty. Hat trick for Hoppe for Schalke today. Gives them a 4-0 win against Hoffenheim, which is a huge win for them. They had not had a win in 30 matches. That was a big, big deal for Schalke, who have struggled mightily this season. It's a sliding challenge here by Reina. Will upend Haidara. Reina will escape the book here despite the rough challenge on Haidara. Ouch. Yep. Eintracht Frankfurt, 2-0 win over Mainz. Freiburg, a 5-0 win over Köln, and Bayer Leverkusen drawing 1-1 with Werder Bremen earlier in the day. Sabitzer, going to roll one into the middle of the park here. Forsberg trying to get around a couple of Dortmund players. Leipzig have managed to keep hold of it. It's with Angelino. He'll swing one into the box. Up goes Forsberg, nods it on, but it's too high for Paulsen. Here's Olmo, top of the box, going to strike this one. Looks over the top there, and Berkey just allows it to sail over the crossbar. You can see Olmo here has some space at the top of the box, but his chest did touch down there, gets too caught inside of his body frame. Just comes straight down instead of a little bit outside. He can't really strike it. He has to wait a little bit longer than he'd like. By the time he's looking to get some power behind that one, he's already been closed down. At the end, he tries to lob Roman Berkey, but always going to be unlikely from that distance. Berkey's clearance here arrives at the feet of Tyler Adams, who turns and hauls this one up the far touchline. It's settled down now by Guerrero. Berkey, good ball from Berkey, picking out Sancho. Not sure why Sancho didn't control that one on his chest. Instead tried to head it forward to Holland, and it was taken away. Up goes the head of Hummels. It goes over the top of him and Paulsen. Forsberg has settled the second ball down. Paulsen can't keep that one in play, though, and kind of awkwardly goes down there trying to control that. It's Dortmund switching play over to Meunier. Meunier lays this one off for Reyna. Forced backwards here by Angelino. Kanji. Chan. Delaney. Chan. Kanji. Reyna. Almost gets robbed of possession, but dances away from Haidara nicely there. Rolls this one out to the left. It's Sancho. Good ball from Sancho into the path of Royce. Looks across the face of goal. Great sliding challenge from Sabitzer. Blocks that one away. Now Paulsen claims he got a shove in the back, but did look a little bit exaggerated. Now Holland top of the box looking back for Royce. Gets a cross away, but there's nobody in yellow there. It looks like Royce was offsides anyway. Moot point here. Let's take a look at the, just an extra touch from Holland here. Means Royce is offsides. This was a nice ball from Jadon Sancho. The best involvement we've seen from him so far today. Deft touch there into the box, inviting Royce to cross it first time. 44th minute here. Just a couple minutes remaining in regulation. See how much stoppage time as Paulsen goes over once again dramatically. This time I think he had a little bit more of a case than the last one. He did seem to be bridged a little bit by the onrushing Hummels. Akanji. Reyna. Good ball by Reyna, and he's been bundled over here as the return pass is attempted to be made. Reyna is found on a heap in the floor. It'll be a free kick to Dortmund. Yeah, see here, just gets his body blocked off there pretty cynically by, I believe that's Halstenberg. So Royce standing over this one. He'll swing it in here, looking for the heads, but it's nodded away by Daniel Olmo. Flicked on by Forsberg's gone out for a Dortmund throw with just a couple seconds remaining in regulation. We'll see how many stoppage time minutes we have, but can't imagine it's too much. Probably be 2 or 3 minutes here, considering the injury to Witzel. See what it is here. 2 minutes is the addition. Oh, that is okay. Chan came back to clean up that pass from Guerrero, and Dortmund have cleaned up what looked to be a bad situation. Delaney helps it on to Reyna. Gets back to his feet, pokes that one away from Olmo. Guerrero lays it for Chan. Comes over to Akanji. Oh, that is so poor from Akanji. Just completely underhits his pass intended for Sancho today. We've seen a lot of those passes from Akanji and Sancho. Maybe just a little bit out of practice here are the Dortmund players. maybe just tired as well, but they've looked a little lackadaisical in a lot of their passing. Do look back at their recent form again. Dortmund played a game on the 3rd of January, but their previous game before that was almost 12 days between the two. The DFB Pokal second round victory over Eintracht Braunschweig was on the 22nd of December. So a full 11 days between that match and the win against Wolfsburg. Maybe just still knocking off some of the winter break rust here. So we just have about 30 seconds remaining in stoppage time. Olmo playing in Paulson here. Good opportunity. It's laid back, but again, the pass a little bit too short. It's not sharp enough, and Hummel's able to intercept as Forsberg bundles over Chan for a free kick. That should take us to the halftime whistle here. Referee looks at his watch here, whistles in his mouth, and he will... You can see Forsberg gonna cover his ears there as he realized what the referee was about to do, and he will bring us to halftime. So 0-0 honors even at halftime in Leipzig here today between second place RB Leipzig and fifth place Borussia Dortmund. Both these teams looking for a big win. Neither one showing really the attacking creativity to seize it just yet. We'll see what happens in the second half, but so far, this kind of match looks like one destined for a draw. We'll see what both Nagelsmann and Urzic have to say to their teams at half and what kind of changes we can expect from the managers and the teams when we return for the second half after these commercial messages. All right, guys, that's first half. I know it's just Connor watching, so big deal. I am going to go get some coffee. I'll be back in a few minutes, and hope you've enjoyed the cast so far. Forgot my mug. All right, chat. We got it now. We're ready to go. We've got the Kofefe. And we almost have a second half here. Teams are almost back out. So let's talk briefly about the first half, and just briefly because honestly not a lot happened. Leipzig have been the better team today so far. They've pinned Dortmund back. They've forced them to be defensively tight. They've kept possession fairly well. They just haven't used their possession very well in the attacking third. You know, they are clearly trying to get the ball out to Angelino, get him to cross balls in, and he has found some space in behind Sancho, who doesn't track back all the time. On that left-hand side, but the crosses haven't been great so far, and they haven't gotten enough shirts in the box to really threaten there. And then on the top of the box that they want to try to play through, there's just a lot of Dortmund shirts there, and they haven't been creative enough to break through them truly. And so neither goalkeeper's really been tested, despite Leipzig being the better side, being certainly a little more dynamic with their possession, a little more in control of the tempo of the match. I mean, Haaland, we've barely said his name. And I think that speaks to how little of this game Dortmund have had. Of course, with a player like Haaland and the speed that they have up front, any ball in behind that is, misplayed or any mistake can result in a goal for Dortmund. But I don't think they'll be happy with the way that first half went. I don't think they'll be okay with having, zero possession. So it looks like Haaland chatting with, I believe, one of his old teammates from RB Salzburg. It's now over with Leipzig. But I would look for Dortmund to make some changes, whether to their structure. If you want to have a little bit more of the ball, maybe substitute Delaney. Although you have already forced a substitution with Witsel, and you don't have Thorgan Hazard available, but they just don't look sharp enough in midfield. And I will say, I think Jadon Sancho has had a really poor game to this point. So we'll see if they can turn it around. We'll see if they can get a little more quality. We'll see if the manager's talk has had any effect. But I think Nagelsmann will be happy with the way things are going, and will think that his team is destined to score. And I think that Dortmund will need to make the slight adjustments. But getting started with the second half here. Early scrum for possession here as the referee getting in Daniel Olmo's way a little bit will allow Dortmund to come away with the first possession of the half. Hummels. All the way back to Berkey. Ball bouncing around here, brought down by Tyler Adams. He plays a pretty tough pass into the path of Haidara, which is collected by Royce. Sancho. Guerrero pressured here. He'll get it over to Akanji. Akanji does have to run a bit to chase this one down, but we'll get there. Nods it on to Gio Reyna, whose first touch a little bit poor. Allows defender to nip in there, pull it away from him, and it's now Leipzig in possession through Adams. His attempted pass is poor. It's easily intercepted by Delaney, and Reyna can't connect there with Royce. I think not on the same page. Reyna was looking to Royce's feet. Royce was looking for a ball in behind, and now here's Leipzig with some space on that left-hand side again into Forsberg. Over to Paulsen. Paulsen clipping to the back post, nodded away by Hummels. Reyna. And looks like it will just be dumped forward by Delaney. And referee backing Angelino up here a bit for this throw. He will find Haidara. Haidara is pressured by believe that's Royce, but will win another throw here for Leipzig. Angelino looking up the line for Paulsen here, battling it out with Akanji. He'll get around Akanji here briefly, but he will run himself out of play. See, he tried to win a corner kick. This one out of play on the far side. I'm putting some socks on. My feet are cold. It's cold in Chicago, guys. It's cold. Paulsen looking for Forsberg. It's a very nice ball for Forsberg. He's under pressure here, and he's lost out to Hummels. Unfortunate is he had committed the run of Adams here, and now there's some room for Sancho to work. He's driving at Orban here. Laying it into the box for Royce. He strikes it at the near post, and it's blocked away by Galashi. And that is really the first chance of the match, the first shot on target, certainly, as Royce dashes in here behind. Looks like Sabitzer, who's in a defensive position. He gets a shot away at the near post in the end. I think it's a pretty routine save for Galashi, but it will concede a corner kick here that Sancho will take from the near side. Up go the heads. It's knotted down. It's just over the top of the bar from Emre Can. Can at the back post here reads the flight well, rises above. I believe it's Upamecano and Halstenberg here. He gets right in between them, gets a good head on the ball, but he just can't quite keep it down. It is a couple of inches over the top of the crossbar. At the end of the day, not going to get it done there. Oh, here's Hummels stepping through Paulsen again. Hummels has done very well in his duel against Paulsen here today, and he pokes it off of Paulsen again, claims that he's won the ball despite Paulsen going to ground. And now Paulsen's still down on the turf. We'll have Upamecano play it out. Let's see here from... That is the most obvious free kick ever, and this is kind of what I was talking about with the referee not pulling his whistle out in the first half. Is, yeah, Hummels has gotten a piece of the ball there, but only after he has literally just straight up cleated the back of Paulsen's right calf. I mean, that's a foul every which way to Sunday, and this guy just won't call it because he got a piece of the ball. I don't know, man. You can hear the bias in my voice, so I'll shut up now. But I don't think the referee has helped himself out, or he's been too lenient for sure. Orban. Forsberg. Good flick on by Forsberg. That was a hot pass from Orban, and it's resulted in Halstenberg streaking forward, but his pass is overhit for Angelino, and the attack will break down. As a very nice build-up there from Leipzig. Beautiful touch from Emil Forsberg to lay that one off in the midfield area, allowing it to shift out to the left, but not good enough execution from Halstenberg. Now launched forward. Holland's first touch of the half. He does well to flick it on and gets it back. He's moved it on to Sancho, one-on-one with Adams. Lays it into the path of Holland. It's too far for Holland. He crosses it, but Haidara there to read it and can dribble it away. Adams. Oh, look at Hummels again coming forward to head that one forward. Too much power on it. It goes all the way to Galashi, but still getting there before Paulsen once again. Again, mentioned he has really done well in that matchup today, to my eyes. And now Halstenberg under some pressure here. Leipzig still trying to play out, and that's a bit of a sliced pass there from Sabitzer. He gets it back briefly, but it's still bouncing around the feet before Upamecano tries to get it away. And when Paulsen's won this off of Delaney now, he's gone down under the challenge, and the referee going to wait for this one to be won back by Dortmund to call the free kick against Delaney. Fouling use of Paulsen here. Yep. When Galashi waiting a little bit too long here. He almost had that pass deflected by Holland, but manages to get it away to Adams. Leipzig still in possession. Ooh, Adams, good pressure here by Delaney, who pokes it off of him. Be a throw in here for Leipzig. Forsberg goes over the leg here of Delaney, but can't say that one was a foul. Delaney really made no effort to tackle him. Meunier looking infield. It's a good layoff by Reyna. That one should just stay in play. No, and Meunier can't get there. Almost a nice pass from Reyna, but can't quite take enough off that pass to allow Meunier to get there. Rolls out for a goal kick. Upamecano slides a pass forward to Paulson, who gets the better of Akanji here. Haidara, though, is chased off this one by Chan. A lot of complaints there from the Leipzig players, but it's again nothing from the referee here. Akanji steps inside of Paulson. And another loose pass from Akanji forces Meunier into a sliding challenge. He does knock it off of Paulson, I believe, for a Dortmund throw, but that is the third soft pass Akanji has made this game. Holland gets away there. Good work from Holland, and now he's driving at the defense here. Willy Orban stepping up to get him. It comes all the way across to Sancho. He shoots, and he scores! Jadon Sancho gives Dortmund the lead in the 55th minute, and it's brilliant work from Erling Haaland on the far side that allows Sancho to be wide open at the back post, and just like that, out of a match where Dortmund have not had a sniff at goal really, they are in the lead 1-0. Take a look at it here. The throw-in comes to Haaland. He holds off the defenders so well there, then bursts in behind. He drives purposely at Orban, gets both of the defenders to commit a cross. You can see Orban goes to Haaland to cut the shooting angle. Adams has to go on over to Marco Reus, who's in a very dangerous position. Reus recognizes that Sancho is wide open behind him, gives a brilliant behind the back, a little back heel flick pass to Jadon Sancho, who is wide open after Adams was forced to commit into the middle there. It's a first-time strike. It's an easy finish for Jadon Sancho. And Dortmund take the lead here in this massive matchup at the top of the Bundesliga table. Now looking over the top here, our Leipzig. It's Paulson collecting it up against Akanji. Lays it off here with the back heel, but that's inaccurate there. Angelino can't keep it in and frustratedly kicks that one off of the stanchions. Now Julian Nagelsmann, the manager who would have felt more in control of the affair here today, going to be under pressure to make the right changes. His side now trailing 1-0 in a game that could take them to the top of the table if they do win it. Halstenberg. Leipzig again. Paulson. Halstenberg lobbing one in. That one nodded down by Hummels. Claims of a handball here, and they will be given against Paulson. And a change already looks like it will be starting to be prepared by Leipzig. So Nagelsmann not wasting any time. We're in the 57th minute here. Here's Berkey. He'll launch this one forward. Up goes Chan. Great header there. Haaland tries to lay this one off for Reus, but it's a little too overhit. Chan using his body once again. Look at the strength here as he battles with Haidara. Foul going to be called here by the referee. Switch of play here. Oh, this one goes over the top of Adams, and here's Guerrero streaking forward, has Sancho in support, looks to the top of the box, it's laid off here, over to Haaland, striking, it's blocked, and it'll go behind for a corner kick. I think Dortmund maybe being a little bit too intricate with this attack. One of these guys needs to take a shot before all the white shirts stream back to block the shooting angles, which is what ends up happening. So maybe should be shooting it on his left there, Marco Reus, instead of laying it off. But here is the corner from the far side. It's Sancho, the goal scorer. He'll swing this one out. Headed away by Orban. Guerrero swings it back out to Sancho's going to drive inside the leaping Adams. He looks in behind for Reyna, but good defending here by Sabitzer. We'll take it off of him. Olmo picks out Angelino well. Oh, a bit of a loose touch there from Angelino. It's taken away. Reyna. Aggressive challenge coming in here. Reyna dances by a couple challenges. He slides it over to Sancho. It arrives with Haaland. Lays it off here for Chan. Cuts it. Shot from Guerrero's over the top of the bar. And another good opportunity here for Dortmund. All of a sudden, they are just piling it on to Leipzig here. Anytime there's some sort of break in possession or a defender cut out by a pass or a dribble, it seems like Dortmund are just in with a chance to score. Once again, the entire defense there for Leipzig was sucked in, allowed Chan to be open on the left-hand side. He elected not to shoot, lays it off for the more offensively, potentially talented Guerrero there, but his shot there over the top of the bar. Delaney called for a foul here. That's 3 chances in just about 8 minutes for Dortmund here after they had none for the opening 54. Corner conceded here by Meunier for Leipzig. We'll see if they can get this one back right away as Angelino sets up for this one. In comes Halstenberg. Paulsen up there. Orban as well. Here it comes from the near corner. Swung to the back post. Up goes Berkey. Great goalkeeping there from Roman Berkey. He'll roll this one out to Akanji. Lobbed forward here. It's a great pass into the path of Meunier, who's far in advance here. He's going to get an early cross. And Haaland swings and misses. It arrives at Sancho's feet. He's going to shoot. And oh boy, he tries to curl that one and gets it all wrong. There it is, Jadon Sancho. That one getting sliced instead of curled. So looking back at the goal once again, it's a lovely little layoff there from Marco Reus. Just very nicely done. It all starts with Haaland, though. So powerful on that right-hand side. Gets in behind, drives at Orban, forces him to commit, picks out the right pass to Reus, who does not disappoint with the layoff, and that's an easy finish for Jadon Sancho. Can't ask for much more as a professional striker. There's a couple changes for Leipzig going to be made here. It's Sorloth going to come on for Forsberg. And you can hear the call from Nagelsmann here as Sabitzer will be withdrawn for Klosterman. 2 strikers. Going to be the call here for Leipzig, so they will likely go to a 4 or maybe a 3. Yeah, maybe a 3-5-2. Either that or a 4-4-2 most likely. But no defensive changes here, so I'm going to guess it will be a 3-5-2 of sorts. We'll take a look as the shape is revealed here. Upamecano playing an extended pass there toward Haidara. It's bouncing around the bodies here, and Reyna's coming away with it. Chan, Reyna, Reus, Guerrero, Sancho, Chan gets around Sorloth here. Oh, that pass intended for Reyna, almost connected there, but just ran by him. Kalachi picks this one up. Lobbed forward here. Upamecano wins the header. Slung over towards Haaland. Haaland settles himself. Gets it over to the right-hand side for Meunier. Meunier forced back here. To Akanji, now Hummels. He'll be forced all the way back to Berkey as a good sprint here from Klosterman. Newly introduced here once again for Sabitzer. Good header up by Orban. Wins possession for Leipzig as Tyler Adams coming away with it. Angelino clipping one in towards, I believe, Olmo, but it's taken away by Sancho wants to spin away here, I believe, from Sorloth. Oh, that's a dangerous pass from Jadon Sancho. Almost escapes the attentions of Guerrero, which would have put Olmo in there. Upamecano rising easily over the top of Haaland here to win the first header. Paulson settles it down. Haidara. Adams. Sorloth crossing this one into the back post. That one gonna go wide. Yo, what's up, Bruno? How you doing today? That one's out for a goal kick. Here's Roman Berkey to take it. Some high pressure from Dortmund as they don't want... some high pressure from Leipzig, excuse me. They don't want Dortmund to play short. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. It's been a better second half than a first half, so been enjoying this game. And got some good sleep. So good start to the weekend as Klosterman tracking back well here to win back possession. Free kick going to be called, I believe, against Royce here. Will be Leipzig coming forward. Nice. Yeah, a lot of FA Cup matches going on. I'll probably be watching United at 2, but so many young teams. I mean, Villa playing an entire lineup of youngsters on Friday. Ooh, lob forward here. Good pass will connect with Sancho here driving forward. He lays a brilliant pass into the path of Haaland. Here's Erling Haaland striking. He's off the bar. What a chance here for Dortmund to make it a 2-goal lead, and Erling Haaland, of all people, not taking it. What a ball here from Sancho. It's a brilliant ball. It's a brilliant run. Haaland blasts this one over the top of Gulaschi, who does get a hand on it. It's a great save by Gulaschi, just doing enough there to poke that one onto the crossbar and keeps his team in this game. Meunier. Have I heard of Derby County? Yes, I have heard of Derby County, and potentially one Wayne Rooney, who was a player manager, or maybe is still a player manager for Derby County, and just lost to, what was it, Shorley, if I'm not mistaken, by 2-0. Upamecano just keeps this one in play. Able to play out. Very well done there by Upamecano and, excuse me, Halsterman. Chorley, yeah, okay. Yeah, I watched the highlights of that. It was pretty funny. Now swung over here to Willy Orban. He'll look forward. Force back is Sorloth. Upamecano picks out Klosterman here. Adams. Haidara. Good combination play. Some space here for Olmo. Drives forward. Olmo strikes it, and it's off the post! Huge chance for Leipzig to level the match here on 66 minutes, and a good strike by Olmo is so unlucky there as that one just comes off the flat part of the post and bounces out. Huge opportunity as he bursts through the Dortmund defensive line. And this game that was so pedestrian in the first half is just opening up here. Chances coming in for both sides. Leipzig in possession once again here. Patience from Orban. He slides it out to Klosterman. Sends it back. Gulaschi over to Orban. Good pass here by Olmo. Finds Adams. Slides it on to Angelino. Angelino drives one into the feet of Haidara. That one a little bit too hot to handle. It rolls all the way to Roman Berkey. Yeah, what do we got here? Yeah, 0-0 Arsenal, Newcastle. Brentford's got that lead on Middlesbrough. I'll be watching United at 2, but I'm not sure I'll stream it. I feel like we're just going to clobber Watford. Like, I don't know. I'm going to watch the game for sure, but it just doesn't feel that fun to cast a game that I think is just going to be a slaughter. You know what I mean? And maybe we'll choke it or something, but I just don't think so. Like, Watford, it's Watford, man. They're so, what have they had, like 5 managers in the last like 6 months? Poor Ben Foster. Yeah, no kidding. Good challenge here by Sorloth to win this one off of Delaney. He'll lay one into the path of Klosterman, but good defending by Sancho has tracked this one back. And here comes Dortmund once again through Chan. Chan going to dance right around Sorloth there. Lays it on. And a strike from Guerrero. Looks like it was really poor there from Guerrero. You can see his head in his hands there as it was more of a chip than a strike. Here's that chance for Daniel Olmo. He does so well, does Olmo. Bursts through Guerrero, who can't put in a challenge because he's inside the box. The strike is pure from Olmo. It looks like it's destined to get in the goal. It beats Roman Berkey there. Just comes back off the post. That's so unfortunate from Olmo, as Delaney going to be the player substituted here by Dortmund, and it is Zagadou who will come on for him. So maybe a 5-back set here from Dortmund. Here's Olmo receiving this one. Turns well. Lays it out to the left-hand side and streaking forward now is Hallström. Olmo laying it off. Here's a strike from Haidara, and he gets that one all wrong. It slices away from him high and wide, never troubling Berkey with that one. It's that chance for Olmo once again. Oh, it's just such good attacking play. He's so unlucky. And here's the chance for Holland on the other end. Yeah, it is. It is kind of weird. Launched forward here. Holland holding off a couple of players and claims that he's been dragged back, but we've talked about it before. The referee's been keeping his whistle in his pocket pretty much the entire game. Does so once again here. Is this the keeper? Is this a keeper in this game? Did I miss it? Or is this a keeper in the FA Cup, Bruno? Change going to be made here by Leipzig. It's Haidara being withdrawn. And it'll be Huang coming on here. He will join Yusuf Paulsen up front. Good pass here forward for Huang. His first touch picks out Adams, whose touch is poor. Taken away by Dortmund. And here's Holland. He's going to hold off the challenge of Adams. Dances by one. Dances by two. Lays it out for Sancho. Top of the box here. Chan inside to Guerrero. Sancho clipping into the back post. Up goes Holland, and he scored! Erling Haaland does it again! The Wonder Kid has scored for Dortmund and certainly won this game for the Yellow and Black here today. Take a look at VAR here, but look at Erling Haaland here. This is so brilliant from him. He just rides around the challenge of Orban. He holds Tyler Adams off. He rides around the challenge of Adams and then picks his spot on the back shoulder of Hallström and goes right over the top of him, and he makes no mistake with this one. A brilliant ball from Jadon Sancho. It's buried with authority by Erling Haaland at the back post. What a striker. What a header. That is absolutely brilliant from Erling Haaland. And you can see Nagelsmann's frustrations, but how can you be frustrated with that? Erling Haaland is brilliant, and he has created both of the goals here. Heavily involved in the build-up to the first, heavily involved in the build-up and the scorer of the second. And after having just 2 touches in the first half, Erling Haaland has absolutely dominated proceedings in the second half of play. He now gives Dortmund a 2-goal lead as Paulsen taken down right on the edge of the area here. A huge opportunity for Leipzig to try to pull one back. Really? Foster wears a GoPro. Is that like Watford's like strategy so they can like see what he's seeing and like review or something? That's wild. Okay, now I really want Watford to be promoted so that can be in the Premier League again. I want to see that in the Premier League. That would be so funny. Let me see this. Hold on. What's the championship table? I doubt they'll be back in the Premiership. They're a chaotic club. Oh, they're in 6th. Okay, that's not bad. Norwich, Swansea, Bournemouth at the top with Brentford, Reading, Watford. Okay. Yeah, it could happen. That would be hilarious if that was back in the Prem. Yeah, GoPro in the Prem. That would be fantastic. Peter Cech, eat your heart out, man, you know? That would be the most distinguishable goalkeeper thing of all time. The famous Ben Foster wearing his trusty GoPro. So here is the free kick for Leipzig. Olmo and Angelino standing over this one. It's Angelino striking it off the wall. Comes back to him, strikes it, blocked. Look at Mats Hummels throwing his body in once again. He's been excellent here today. Meunier keeps that one in play and deflects off of a Leipzig player for a Dortmund throw. And this has to be a frustrating afternoon for Leipzig. They were the better of the two teams in the first half. It seemed like they were the most likely to break the deadlock to get that goal, get the victory that would take them to the top of the Bundesliga. But they have fallen to just two of only 3 opportunities or so for Dortmund here, who just turned on the afterburners, and both really heavily influenced by Erling Haaland. He was completely involved in the build-up to the first goal, despite the assist going to Marco Reus, and then, of course, dribbling by multiple Leipzig players, and then cropping up at the back post to bury the header for that second. And what can you do against a player of that quality? Erling Haaland, completely held back by the play of his team and the defending by Leipzig in the first half, has exploded onto the scene here in the second half and likely won this match for Dortmund. This one swung out to Meunier now. Oh, tough pass into the path of Haaland. He's able to win it back on the second attempt and now switch a play from Chan, finds Guerrero with a bunch of space. Huang closing him down. Comes out to Sancho. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you there, Bruno. I cannot disagree with you there, sir. Zagadou. Sancho, good ball by Sancho, turned by Gio Reyna. Sees Haaland, wants the ball, but doesn't get it. It's slung out to Meunier, inside the box, gets across away. It's Reus striking, it's off of Upamecano. And a foul now called on Gio Reyna. Huge opportunity for Dortmund to make it 3, but Reus can't get his strike past Dio Upamecano. And Dortmund starting to find all the gaps here being left by Leipzig as they push forward. Another poor pass is intercepted, and now it's switched out to Sancho. Sancho just going to take this one to the corner, kill some time here as he's closed down by Klosterman. We'll sling it back to Chan. Yeah, that would be really bad. Chan going to go for a strike here, but he's a little off balance there due to the pressure from Tyler Adams, and that one rolls harmlessly into Gulashi's hands. Slung forward here by Leipzig, easily knotted down by Akanji. Roman Berkey on that weaker left foot, able to get an okay clearance away. It's collected by Leipzig. Orban. Upamecano. Oh, good dribble here by Halsterman. Comes over to Paulson, who gets his feet all wrong there. Does manage to keep possession, but just barely. Adams. And Helinho. Good ball into Halsterman. Olmo. Driving forward again. Inside the box here. Just loses his balance. Can't keep himself in possession there. Dortmund coming away with it. Akanji. Good ball into the feet of Guerrero. And look at the space here for Royce. Going to start driving forward. He's waiting for the run of Haaland. He plays in Haaland. Trying to get the better of Upamecano, who just does enough to bump Haaland off that one. Oh boy, and at this point, Dortmund could score with any opportunity they get. Leipzig are throwing everything forward. They don't care about the scoreline. They just want to try to chase the game here. And it almost looks destined for Dortmund to make this 3-0. And I'd put my money on Erling Haaland to be the man that does it. Zagadou. He'll launch this one forward, and Paulson coming off second best there. The flicked header from Chiarena's not collected by Haaland. He's battling with Upamecano. Upamecano does well to hold on to possession there. Again, Haaland is so strong, belies the frame that he has, but with his height and the size of his body, just can be so tough to battle with for possession. Dortmund crowding out Daniel Olmo here. Will sling it out. It's Angelino collecting it. He'll cross this one, nodded away easily by Akanji. Collected by Orban. Halsterman. And Helinho. Lobbing another one in, easily headed away by Akanji. That's a bit of deja vu as it's been all afternoon. And now look at Erling Haaland holding off players. Both Upamecano and Tyler Adams can't put in a challenge there finally. He draws the free kick here. Look at him just holding him off. Look at how strong he is there in that challenge. Upamecano is an absolute physical specimen, and Haaland just keeps him off of that ball, draws the free kick. Such excellent hold-up play there. I know I sound like a fanboy right now, but like it truly is just brilliant forward play. Like, you just have to appreciate it. It's such good play. Meunier loses out here. Adams, good ball into the path of Paulson, who's driving forward here. Chan puts in a challenge. Judged to have gotten the ball. Chiarena's pass is a little bit short for Chan, but Chan's able to win it back for him. That's a good pass from Reina, picking out Guerrero. He'll slide it over to Chan. Chan going to drive forward here. Look at all the yellow shirts in advance of him, waiting for the run. He's just going to go himself, has the strike that's blocked. And Paulson comes away with it. And honestly, both teams here seem to have given up tracking back on defense. At least both midfields have. This game has become so open with 10 minutes remaining. And Helinho. And you can see Halsterman there already. Hands on his knees here. Again, these teams have only had a couple of matches since the winter break period. Arsenal and Newcastle United sounds like they are going to extra time. Oh boy. Now, if that doesn't sound like Arsenal losing to an inferior team in extra time on a bullshit free kick goal or a set piece goal, I don't know what does. Upamecano. How many of Arsenal's starters are even playing in that match? As, oh boy, this one's turned over by Upamecano. Sancho waiting for the run of Haaland. Here comes Haaland up against Orban. Onto his left. Top of the box is Sancho. Sancho shifts onto his right. Gives it to Haaland. Strikes it and fluffs his lines there. Does Erling Haaland. Don't see that one too often as he loads up on that left foot. Completely tops that strike and it bounces very harmlessly into Galashi's arms. Olmo forward to Huang, but Huang had to turn around to try to collect that one. Couldn't do so. I think you have to give the blame of that one to Olmo. Leipzig have taken it back, though. Olmo a chance to redeem himself here. This time we'll pick out Sorloth. Adams. Good layoff for Adams here. Takes a strike, it deflects, and Berkey goes up and catches it. Berkey probably a little bit worried for a second there as that one took a pretty hefty deflection, but was able to leap up and catch that one. Now we'll roll it out for himself before launching it long towards Haaland, who goes up, flicks this one on to what he was hoping was Jadon Sancho, who did not make the run. Olmo tries to clip this one out for Klosterman. It's taken away. Here comes Guerrero. He'll lay it back for Royce. Gets it back. Goes back to Royce. Ton of space here for Royce. Looks in behind. Here is Erling Haaland going around Gulashi, and he walks it into the goal for the third. Borussia Dortmund gonna run out 3-0 winners here today, and Erling Haaland makes it 2. It's 3-0 in the 84th minute. Can see it building up here. Nobody puts any pressure on Marco Reus. He just waits, bides his time. Erling Haaland picks out the timing of the run. He looks to be on sides. It's a brilliantly weighted pass from Reus. It's a brilliantly timed run from Haaland. There's nothing Gulashi can do. Haaland just takes a touch, holds off Gulashi with his body, waits for the ball to carry itself past the goalkeeper, and then can basically just walk it into the empty net. It's the easiest goal I think Haaland will score in his life, and he will take the brace. He will enjoy that one. And Dortmund will enjoy the victory here, running out 3-0 victors over Leipzig away from home. It's a huge result for them. They're going to climb up to 28 points, secure their spot in the top 4. And Leipzig will be frustrated again. They had a decent first half. They seem to be the better side, and a win here today would have taken them to the top of the Bundesliga table, but instead they are going to fall to a pretty scathing home defeat here. Once again, courtesy mostly of Erling Haaland, who was involved in the build-up to the first and is the scorer of the second and the third here today. Jadon Sancho today, of course, coming alive for a couple of those. He scored the first, assisted on the second, despite what was a generously a lackluster half for Jadon Sancho in the first half. And Sancho has been withdrawn here for Tigges. Brandt has also come on for Marco Reus. And with just 4 minutes remaining here in regulation, I think both teams will just be looking to see the rest of this match out. So Dortmund will climb up into the top 4 on 28, just a point behind Leverkusen, 5 behind Bayern, and 3 behind Leipzig. Bruno, we've got the lineups. Halsterman, back to Upamecano. He's going to launch one over the top. Hwang runs it down. Keeps it in play here. Finds Angelino. Halsterman over to Olmo. Orban. Sorloth. Out to Halsterman. Blocks off of Reina. Comes to Angelino. Olmo looks in behind for Hwang. Gets the second ball. Takes a strike. That's blocked. Here's Hwang with a chance, but it's hoofed away by Zagadou. Angelino launching it into Olmo. Holding off Hummels. Can't hold off Akanji. Dortmund comes away with it. It's Brandt. He loses out to Tyler Adams here. Adams shifts it out to Angelino. Gets another cross away. This one straight into the air by Hummels. Here comes Berkey to punch. Strike here by Halsterman is, well, wide there. Good contact on the strike from Halsterman, but the direction never really threatening. So here are the goals for Haaland. It's A lovely floated cross there from Sancho, but just look at how strong Haaland is going up there at the back post, climbing over Halsterman. Here's the second. Look, the long legs taking that one away from Galashi. There's nothing the goalkeeper can do. Just rolls it into the empty net there for his second of the day. And you thought, again, after the first half, that maybe it wouldn't be Haaland's day. He had touched the ball a total of 2 times in the first half. But what an influential second half here from Erling Haaland. Europe's wonder kid. The man on everyone's lips for the last couple of seasons here. And he's done it again for Dortmund today. Orban. Klosterman. Given away here to Brandt by Adams. Chan wins the initial challenge. Guerrero tries to play it back to him, but Adams clips back in. That one bounces off the referee, and will just be the classic give it back to the team that played it off you. It's a new rule in Europe as the last couple of seasons. Can't say I don't agree with it. I think if you're in possession and you play a ball off a referee, you should probably get it back, because it can lead to counterattacks on certain occasions that just are not warranted. Tyler Adams. Olmo. Angelino. Good cross to the back post. There's a chance. What a save by Berkey, but it's flung into the goal by Sorloth, and the shutout is gone here for Dortmund. Andrew Sorloth will get himself on the score sheet right at the death here. It's an 90th minute goal for Sorloth. And finally, Angelino plays in a good cross. It's just over the top of Zagadu's head. Sorloth gets the initial header straight down. Berkey makes a great save here, getting down quickly to stop this one from going through his legs, but the follow-up is right in front of Sorloth. He lifts it into the roof of the net, and nobody from Dortmund can get a block in. So Sorloth will get a consolation prize here for Leipzig. They will still certainly fall here to Dortmund, but they will not be shut out at home today. So referee has taken us into extra time. There are 3 minutes remaining. So Leipzig win this one back. Comes over to Halsterman, who clips this one in behind towards the newly introduced Savitic. Be a goal kick here to Dortmund. We'll be a little disappointed that I think they haven't been able to see this match out with a shutout. Again, so much effort put in by the likes of, in particular, Mats Hummels, but the entire defense really to hold Leipzig back. I think they'll be maybe a little frustrated. Just that twinge of frustration at the end of the day, but ultimately will be overshadowed by the joy from the victory. As Brandt is danced by here by Savitic. Good work there by him. Klosterman, though, going to lose out. Ball played across towards Haaland, whose first touch a little bit loose, and he's now gone over, but gotten back to his feet. Reyna. Zagadou. A little unfortunate there. Oh, here's some good play off the far touchline by Meunier. Going to lay one into the path of Brandt. Brandt is forced backwards by Upamecano. Minute and a half remaining. Meunier crossing one to the back post. Here's a strike from Guerrero. Deflects off of Klosterman and behind for a corner kick. 2 minutes gone here in stoppage time. Dortmund will probably kill the rest of the clock here. Won't commit too many men, I imagine, to this corner kick. Played short for Chan. Rolled back to Guerrero. Just going to try to kill time on the edge of the area here on the near touchline. Chan holding off Sarovic and Adams. We'll try to roll it off Sarovic and will. 30 seconds remaining here. And that should do it. Huge victory today for Borussia Dortmund. And the new manager, Edin Terzic, will be very happy with his side's performance today. A very slow first half for them, but they found their stride in the second half. Of course, a lot of it produced by the brilliant play of Erling Haaland. But when you have a player like that on your team, you use him. And they have done so today. And that'll do it. Dortmund will run out of Leipzig here. 3-1 winners, and almost all of it courtesy of that man Erling Haaland. A little bit of help from Marco Reus, a little bit of help from Jadon Sancho with a goal and an assist. A consolation goal scored in the 90th minute by Andrew Sorloth, but that is all it will be as Leipzig missed their chance to go top of the table. But Dortmund will ride their victory back into the top four as they climb into fourth above Union Berlin. Huge result for them today as we continue to get this Bundesliga season restarted after the winter break. Once again, it's Leipzig 1, Dortmund 3. All right, thanks again for tuning in. Appreciate everyone that did tune in. Hope you did enjoy the stream. And that'll be it for us here today. We'll be back tomorrow for Juventus versus Sassuolo. So hope to see you guys there for that one. But with that, appreciate all the people that did tune in. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.